lovely day, mates. Walking around the yard here because we're looking for our next project. I've already decided it. However, I need an engine. I was gonna do a V12 out of a Jaguar, but I am not sure of this V12. And I don't want to put all this time into that thing and it doesn't work. So we need an alternative, and I think I found it. What you're feasting your eyes on right now is a 267 cubic inch small block Chevy. 267? What the hell you doing with that little thing? Ain't gonna push nothing. Those things are junk. You don't want one of them. They're junk. I don't give a shit. I like my little mouse motors, my little micro mousers. I mean, I should probably mention that I still have the original 305 small block from my 86 Pontiac. Not bad. So, I'm gonna carry this thing out at some point. I need to get over this 1.3 Suzuki, which I'll probably just throw over there. And I used to be able to get it out the back, but she ain't going out the back no more. Hey, look. That's the original trunk pan for the Pontiac. I knew I still had it somewhere. I'll have to put that in something. I don't have a set of heads for this thing, so this is going to get wonky because these got really small bores. I'll show you. Look how small that is, alright? Pretty small. 350 or 305 Chevy. It's got a bigger. See how much more V in it you got? Got more V in it. So, smallest cubic inch of the fleet, I believe. I don't know about the 265, but those are pretty good too. I think I seen another guy on the internet building one of those. But this was made from 79 to 82. The worst year of the G-body. This engine here is the original engine from Pine Needle. So this is a 305 small block Chevy. This should have the valves I need. So I believe a 267 originally came with, let's see how good I do. I believe 170 and 150 valves. They might have been 172s and 154s. And I think 172s and 154s will fit a 267 without having to, like, what's that? Where they put the thing on it and cut into the bore. That tool. I don't want to do that because I don't have that tool, honestly. So we're not going to do it. So let's buzz these heads off, see what we're looking at, see if they're 172s. I hope so. And go from there. Ooh, this engine's been apart. Yes! Yes, they're the little valves. Nice, nice, nice. Look at this, folks. I don't know how well you can see it. It's in the dark. Damn it. Let's see, is there rating on this? I don't see it, so it must be standard bore. It just looks like these got a good set of pistons in it. I don't know, they look kind of nice for a 305. Here's the valve difference. You see the gap between the combustion chamber like edge? And now we go over to a set of 350 heads. I believe these are 194s intake. And that's a 172. You can just see how much smaller it is. Even the spacing between the two valves. So this is what you want if you're doing a 267. Because this valve, the big one here, crash right into that fucking thing on that 267 because the bore's way in here. So if you're doing small cubes, you got to be mindful on which heads you use because you're going to ruin the block unless you do that grinding thing where it grinds a corner off of the bore on each side. Then you can get away with big valve stuff. There you go. Yep. Thing's got Fel-Pro gaskets, so it's been apart at some point. Nice. Guess who's back, baby? Well, we gotta put that small block in this thing. Not like in the car, like swap it. None of my trucks are short enough. And I can't pick that engine up myself. Oh, I forgot how nice this power band is. Right there. Almost knocked over that fucking Vortec motor. That guy wants it back. Fuck him. Whew. That was a lot of work. And the son of a bitch ruined my carpet. It's coming out of your paycheck, you. Anyway, now the fun starts. We're not pulling that oil pan off, just so you're aware, folks. We're leaving that. We are putting a cam, and we are doing the heads, obviously. So, let me get this junk box out of the way. So I did take the bolts for the oil pan off because we are going to just inspect, and hopefully the gasket stayed on the engine. That's nice. Oh mama. Oh man. What do you think, fellas? What do you think? Nice and sludgy in there? Nice and sludgy? It cleaned up a little bit. got the cam in, lifters in, all that, oiled up. Where's the cam card? Right here, that's what we put in. But you just talked about how you don't like those guys' parts. I don't like some of their parts. So, use this little hone to clean some of the bores because it was kind of frozen, and then it broke. So I guess that's all we're doing for the honing. It's there's still some junk in there, but whatever. The valve to bore clearance. I already have this measured out to the like very edge of the perimeter of both valves, and this is what I come up with for clearance. Not a lot, enough to make good noises, so we should be good with that. Gotta clean the heads up. I probably already said that. Get them on there. I want to get the rockers on because then I want to flip it over and probably paint it. Well, it's the next morning, and as you can see, this thing's all freshened up. Still got to bolt the intake down. I need the silicone so I could do the bead across the front, because you don't use those rubber inserts because they don't always seal the intake gaskets properly because the thing might be too fat. So you use silicone instead. As you can see, it's pink. I like my pink small blocks. I don't know why, they just look kind of cool. Years ago, I watched a guy do a 267. They painted the whole thing pink, intake and all, valve cover, and I think a water pump too. A little too much for me. But it was a nice sounding engine, and that's kind of what inspired me to do the 267 all these years later, was because nobody else messes with them. But it's time to move on to the next step of the project, the vehicle it's going in. Well, there it be. There be the body and there be the chassis. Pretty clapped, eh? Oh yeah. But the frame is mint. Absolutely mint. And surprisingly, all the cab mounts, like the Thunderbird, they're all still there. I gotta get the torch out and torch all of these original spring hangers and all this extra junk. I gotta pull all of that junk out. I want to strip this thing as much as possible. Gotta clean those hinges up. Take a look. What do we got for a floor? Hey, look at that. Are you kidding me? There's no way this is for it. No, I don't think that's it's not the right light. Let me know in the comments if you know what this light come from. Ooh, dude, I don't think that's going to be any good. One can hope. It looks really nice. It looks so good. Oh, I'm hoping. This seat don't look bad. Oh, honestly, that seat might stay. How are the bolts? These bolts will come out. Oh, this thing will come apart. This is just like the 56. That's for that side. Yep, because it's broken off. That door doesn't really work. Oh no, come on. The window's gonna go down too. Dude, this thing is cherry as fuck. I'm cutting the front end off. That's where this thing is gonna get funky. So, because I'm using a small block Chevy, I'm gonna do just like it did with the Thunderbird and use Chevrolet driveline and axles, because that just makes my life easier, and it's a lot cheaper to just put in a stock set of drive shafts from a square body, because this is roughly the same dimensions as a square body. So, and this thing's got such cool little corks. here's the chassis we're going to be using the axles from. So I gotta get the torch out here, or actually I gotta get the frame, just bring that out. So we gotta move the boat tail. Maybe we can use the Monty to drag it. So I gotta get the torch, so I gotta cut these studs on the rear, drop this Duger out, because this has the same width frame as the Ford, so you could just put the purchases back up the front. I'm actually gonna section from like right here and then weld this whole front end to the Ford chassis, and then that will allow me to just use small block Chevy engine mounts, and it will fit where it's supposed to. And then the GM steering, because the steering box is also installed in it, and then I have a good set of matched axles. The gear ratio is going to be the same. This chassis was actually the chassis frame, whatever you want to call it, that I used under the Pontiac when I had that thing lifted, Project Lift, way back in the day. This was that frame. Oh, look who I found. I spoon-fed Hello 465 transmission. I'ma need you, bro. Nah, I need that transmission out of this truck, because it probably need the drive shafts and maybe the cross member. Does this still have engine mounts in it? Yes, it does. I need those too. Oh, the paint's peeling off, dude. Wow. Haven't used this truck in a while. So the reason I want to do a 4-speed in this thing, this Ford rat rod truck thing, is it's a personal quest of mine to just have every truck I own with a 4-speed transmission. The square body I just bought, stick shift. We can keep going, folks. More stick shifts. More stick shifts. I'll show you this gem. This gem. Stick shift. Let's keep going. The Ranger, another truck. Another truck. Stick shift. Another square body dump truck. Stick shift. You can't forget the 70 C10. Stick shift. Well, that's the column stick shift. 3-speed. 3 on the tree. But same thing. Everything truck has got to be a stick shift around these parts, folks. No automatics here. Can't wheel with no automatic. Well, aside from me ranting about 4-speed transmissions, let me actually do something. Well, the front of the frame's hacked off of this Ford here. And I just have to fix this one body mount because it's a little tore up, and that's it. I got the back spring hangers cut off because I'm gonna, wherever the front ends up dictates the rest of this whole situation. So then I'll just put the rear end where it is supposed to end up, I guess. Now we gotta go move Pine Needle. And that Dodge drained fuel out of Pine Needle, so I don't know. Let's see. Well, it's on the front of this Ford now. I'd say it'll be pretty good. Got a nice gusset all over there. This is kind of, that top seam isn't welded, but it should be fine. I got a back plate thing and the whole bottom's welded, kind of plated. I'd say it'll be just fine, Clark. Just fine. So, I'm out of oxygen where I'd cut that rear end out. It's just easier to pop them rivets with the torch. So, gotta get some of that shit tomorrow. So I guess this is the end of this video, or this part of it. Next video, you'll probably see the rear end going in it, and the engine and junk. So that might be, well, I gotta get the transmission out, the stock junk thing first, and probably pull the column and the rest of it out. I just torched it, because whatever. Figure out the deal with the pedals, because these ones go down this way, not this way. I don't know if that was very descriptive, but whatever. Drive shaft is going to be very interesting to figure out, but I think I got a really slick idea without having to cut it. So, see you at some point.